Time to fertilize all these containers on my deck. Did a ton of containers this year because I don't really have a veggie garden anymore at this house, and so I decided just to grow a bunch of stuff in pots. Let's go through it. Gonna be using this today, Happy Frog tomato and vegetable. It's organic, it's really good. It also has a bunch of mycorrhiza in it and other stuff, so works great on flowers too. Pro tip, steal a serving spoon from your wife and use that to fertilize your plants with. This is Cuban oregano. This plant was inside for the winter, so it's kind of sad looking, but it's starting to get a bunch of new growth, and it's got little new sprouts all over it. It'll be looking good here in a couple weeks, especially when I fertilize. I don't really measure out, I just kind of sprinkle it on there. This stuff's good, it's organic, and it doesn't burn the plants. So yeah, that looks about right. And then I just kind of spread it around. You don't really have to work it in because when you water it, it'll percolate down to the roots, but kind of spread it. Next is eucalyptus. This plant was huge. It was like really big and bushy, and my wife chopped the heck out of it to use at a giant charcuterie board event thing. But it's got all kinds of new growth coming on it, but it could probably use some fertilizer. And it's okay if you get some on the foliage because afterwards we're gonna water and wash it off the leaves. Next we have some Peruvian peppers. This one is starting to bud. It's got some flowers and maybe a new little fruit there coming on. This one's called ají dulce, which is a sweet Peruvian pepper. Here's another Peruvian pepper. This one is called ají charapita, and these are about fully grown. They're gonna start turning orange here soon. And this one is hot, like really hot. Not like a Carolina Reaper hot, but one of these little guys will light you up. And they have a really unique and cool flavor. And these bushes will make like hundreds of them by the end of summer. This monstrosity, this is ají mirasol, which is a somewhat spicy Peruvian pepper. And these ones are long and they're gonna turn orange. And they've got also a very unique flavor profile. So compare them. This is once again the ají mirasol, ají dulce, which is the sweet pepper. Look how short and squatty that is compared to this super tall guy. And then the ají charapita over here. Oh, and I've got some mammoth basil here, and we harvested the biggest leaves yesterday for some pesto, but those leaves were like as big as my hand. They were huge, but that's growing really well. This is dill. Here's some curly parsley. I'm not even gonna try to fertilize this monstrosity. That's Plectranthus, Fancy Fillers, Guacamole, and my Mandevilla, and this stuff has grown like crazy. It completely covered up the flowers I had planted in there. So yeah, not fertilizing that. But I will fertilize this Begonia boliviensis Encanto orange. Here's something interesting. These are cocona plants, which is Solanum sessiliflorum, plus are related to eggplants and tomatoes. Haven't started producing fruit yet, but I think we're close. It'll make fruit along these stems, so I'm gonna fertilize them and hopefully they will start making. But these leaves are huge. I wish I remembered which potting soil I used because these two were obviously different soils because they were planted at the same time, and this one's kind of yellowy and smaller and this one's really taken off, but I did not pay attention to which one was which. Anyway, I'll fertilize them. My Myers lemon tree, which just got done blooming, it looks pretty sad, but it does have some baby lemons on it. So we'll fertilize it. And we'll pull these oxalis out of here so they don't steal the fertilizer from my tree. Basil, we're almost done, people. Okay, now we're done. Oh, I didn't do my rosemary. It really needs it too. I don't know what the dogs are doing. But yeah, we're gonna water that all in and be done. Oh, forgot to mention, you can do this about every 3 to 4 weeks.